Never get stressed out in those situations. It's just fun. We've got to deal with it.
Obviously, they're very disappointed, as I am, because obviously it was a fight that was highly anticipated and we all wanted to see.
The boxing world froze in disbelief as Teofimo Lopez was rocked not by an opponent, but by fate itself, suffering a sparring injury just weeks before the Shakur Stevenson showdown. Eddie Hearn's stunned reaction said more than any headline ever could. "This isn't a bruise you laugh off or a delay you spin away. It's a flashing red warning at the absolute worst moment. One wrong move in the gym has turned a guaranteed blockbuster into a ticking question mark overnight. Training camps are supposed to sharpen weapons, not expose cracks, and when damage happens this late, it screams that something underneath has unraveled. Now the clock is ruthless, the pressure suffocating, and Teofimo's team is racing against chaos to salvage a fight slipping toward disaster."
See what happens, but that's for them to overcome now, and it's a very difficult situation.
Johnny Nelson isn't buying the noise at all, and his sharp reaction only pours gasoline on an already raging fire of controversy. By flatly dismissing the injury talk as fake news, he drags the story from simple concern into a maze of doubt and distrust. If this is all misinformation, how did it spread so violently, so quickly, without resistance? And if the injury is real, why has silence replaced clarity when it matters most? Right now, confirmed facts are nearly non-existent, whispers are multiplying by the minute, and the boxing world is trapped in a tense standoff between disbelief and full-blown alarm, with everyone watching, waiting, and bracing for the truth to finally explode into the open.
And I'm saying that's fake news. I'm not having that. So let's wait and see. If it's true, that's a shame. You'll have to get to the bottom of it. But I'd heard this yesterday, but I just put it down as fake news. It's not real. So all we can do is react to what we know. So we can speculate, but you can only react to facts.
Frank Warren's take cuts straight through the noise and exposes the brutal, unforgiving reality of boxing. No matter how massive the fight or how bright the spotlight, setbacks don't ask for permission before striking. One moment a highly anticipated showdown feels inevitable, the next it mutates into pure damage control, forcing camps into survival mode without warning. Adjusting on the fly sounds simple, but in real time it's chaos disguised as strategy. Turning a spiraling situation into something manageable is far harder than it looks on paper, especially when the margin for error is razor thin. Now every decision carries weight, every hour matters, and the pressure crushing down on Lopez's team isn't just heavy, it's relentless and potentially fight-defining.
It was a fight that was highly anticipated and we all wanted to see. But having said that, we had to, turn a bad situation into a reasonable one.
Anthony Joshua's words land with chilling weight, cutting through the situation like a warning shot. Underestimating fighters at this level doesn't just backfire, it explodes spectacularly when you least expect it. In elite boxing, even a single lapse in preparation can erase a career-defining moment in the blink of an eye. Lopez now stands at a crossroads, facing more than a physical obstacle, but a ruthless mental test that could define his future. This moment demands proof that champions are forged not only by fists and power, but by focus, resilience, and control inside the mind as much as inside the ring. Discipline, now more than ever, is everything.
Underestimate certain fighters and fighters that should never beat a certain guy and have gone in there and shocked the world because of this person took their...
Frank Warren confirms just how dire Lopez's situation truly is, stripping away any remaining doubt. A broken orbital floor and retinal bleeding aren't small issues you brush aside, they are massive warning signs flashing at the worst possible moment. At this stage, recovery goes far beyond the physical damage and seeps deep into the mental battle that follows. Fear, hesitation, and trust in the body all come into play. Now his team is locked in a brutal race against time, trying to salvage the fight while walking a dangerous line between readiness and irreversible risk to Lopez's career.
Confirmed that he has broken the floor of his orbit, he has a fracture, and he had a hemorrhage to his
YB Patreon doesn't pull a single punch on this one, and the accusation lands loudly. Pulling out and suddenly pointing to an injury months before a fight doesn't raise eyebrows, it sets off alarms. To many, it looks calculated, not unfortunate. Fans across the boxing community demand discipline, transparency, and accountability at this level. Now Lopez isn't just battling questions about his health, he's facing a harsher storm of criticism for allowing his preparation, commitment, and credibility to drift into serious doubt.
I don't like that. People schedule fights and then they pull out, "Oh, I was injured." Well, if you was injured,
Adam Smith slices straight through the chaos, reminding everyone that boxing has never followed a script. The sport thrives on unpredictability, where injuries, setbacks, and sudden twists appear without warning, and while no one celebrates them, they are woven into its DNA. Teofimo's situation has abruptly transformed this matchup from a straightforward build into something far more volatile and headline-worthy. Every development now feels amplified, every rumor magnified. Fans are glued to their screens, dissecting each update, arguing over possible outcomes, and holding their breath as they wait to see whether Lopez can steady himself, defy the noise, and still rise to the moment when it matters most.
Big for the casual fans. Do we condone it? I mean, in boxing terms, should that happen at a head-to-head? Of course not, but these things do happen. This is the fight business, and it's just made it even bigger, and we wait to see what happens.
Derek Chisora underscores the sheer urgency surrounding Teofimo's approach, making it clear there's no room for hesitation. Knowing he carries the power to hurt his opponent, Lopez will be forced to assert himself early, seize control fast, and drag that intensity all the way to the final bell. At this elite level, starting quickly isn't a clever tactic, it's pure survival. One slip, one slow exchange, one moment of doubt, and the entire fight can flip without warning. Momentum, razor-sharp timing, and controlled aggression will ultimately decide whether he commands the bout or gets swallowed by it.
Start fast and finish fast. He knows he can hurt him now, so he's going to come and try.
Eddie Hearn puts the spotlight firmly on the sheer scale of what Lopez is daring to chase, and it's nothing short of historic. Moving up in weight while hunting a fourth world title at just 28 years old isn't ambition, it's audacity. Boxing doesn't reward intentions, it immortalizes outcomes, and history only makes room for the truly exceptional. Names like Roy Jones Jr., Pernell Whitaker, and Sugar Ray Leonard echo because they dared and delivered. On January 31st, the boxing world won't just watch a fight, it will witness a brutal examination of ambition, skill, nerve, and legacy colliding. If Lopez survives this test and succeeds, his journey won't just continue, it could permanently carve his name among the all-time elite.
Teofimo Lopez, a guy that beat the man at 135, up at 140, but this guy to my right, when you talk about chasing greatness, 28 years of age and trying to become a 4-division world champion. January 31st. Look at the names in the history that have done it. Roy Jones Jr., Pernell Whitaker, Sugar Ray Leonard, Thomas Hearns, Juan Manuel Marquez. Greatness only gets appreciated over time. Let's acknowledge what we're about to see.
Timothy Bradley Jr. drives home just how dangerous and unforgiving Shakur Stevenson's task truly is, stripping away any sense of comfort. After breaking down Lopez in detail, he points to a volatile mix of speed, raw athleticism, an unsettling unpredictability that turns preparation into a guessing game. This is the kind of opponent who can seize control of the tempo without warning and punish the smallest opening in an instant. Stevenson won't just be facing talent, he'll be confronting constant pressure from a fighter capable of flipping the script mid-fight. This goes far beyond skill versus skill. It's a high-stakes collision of reactions, adaptability, and mental composure under extreme pressure, and when styles like this clash, fireworks aren't just likely, they are inevitable.
It's not gonna be an easy damn fight for Shakur Stevenson. No, it ain't gonna be an easy fight. No. After studying freaking Lopez yesterday, man, look, that athleticism that he got.
Strategy and technique tested under fire. While he openly admits some hesitation about how explosively the styles may collide, he doesn't downplay the extraordinary talent involved. Lopez and Stevenson aren't just dangerous, they are elite operators, deeply educated in the sweet science and capable of producing brilliance in sudden, blinding flashes. This is the kind of matchup where patience becomes a weapon and mistakes are punished instantly. Fans shouldn't expect reckless chaos, but a tense chess match punctuated by violent, momentum-shifting moments. Every punch thrown has intention, every footstep creates opportunity or danger, and every defensive choice could swing the fight. This isn't boxing as background noise. This is high-level problem-solving under pressure, where boxing IQ collides with raw athleticism. Atlas's perspective strips away hype and replaces it with respect, reminding everyone why both men are viewed as among the sharpest, most complete fighters operating at the very top of the sport today.
Well, I mean, style-wise, I could see you having a little reservations, whether or not these guys will make for Dynamite. they will make, for electricity. I don't know if they will, but I tell you what they will make for. Two skillful fighters, two talented fighters, two fighters that are at a high skill level that will compete.
Amir Khan offers a sharp, insider breakdown of Teofimo Lopez, painting him as a dangerous, complete fighter whose power and versatility demand real respect. Having shared the ring with elite competition himself, Khan recognizes that Lopez isn't just talented, he knows exactly when to raise his level under the brightest lights. He's already proven it against world-class names like Lomachenko, showing he can rise to the moment when pressure peaks. Against Shakur Stevenson, that switch will need to flip even higher, forcing Lopez to unleash every layer of his game, from timing and footwork to explosiveness and ring intelligence. Khan stresses that Lopez is often underestimated, misunderstood, and overlooked, yet he quietly carries the tools to take full control when it matters most. On the other side, Stevenson faces unfamiliar territory. This is a depth of danger he hasn't truly been submerged in before, making this matchup a ruthless test of readiness, composure, heart, and adaptability under fire. Fans should brace for blinding speed, surgical precision, and sudden surges of raw intensity, moments where Lopez's experience, confidence, and concussive power could shift momentum instantly and tilt the entire fight in his favor.
The fight between Stevenson and Lopez, what a fight.
Who wins that?
Lopez. You think Stevenson? Lopez is a very good fighter, bro. I've trained with him, I've had him on the pod, he bangs hard. He's a good all-round boxer, slick. A lot of people don't give him the credit for how good of a boxer he is. Look, he's the type of guy I know about Lopez is that when he has to turn it up, he turns it up. And I think with someone like Shakur, he will have to turn it up big time. And obviously Shakur, we've not really seen him in the deep end. Look at Lopez, he's fought the likes of Lomachenko. He's beaten some great names on the way, man.
Lamont Roach delivers a brutally honest, no-filter assessment of Teofimo Lopez, zeroing in on the mental lapses and frustrating inconsistencies that could become fatal at this level. He looks back at Lopez's past wars, including the shocking, grueling loss to Kambosos, as proof that chaos can creep in when focus slips, even for the most gifted fighters. Roach questions whether Lopez can bulldoze his way through Shakur Stevenson, warning that raw aggression alone won't solve this puzzle. This fight won't reward impatience or recklessness. It will demand discipline, calculation, and the ability to adapt when Plan A collapses. Lopez will be forced to slow the chaos, trust his timing, and pick moments with surgical precision rather than trying to overwhelm Stevenson with power. Fans should brace for a tense, high-stakes chess match where a single mistake, a mistimed entry, or a lapse in judgment could instantly swing the outcome. Roach makes one thing unmistakably clear: Lopez's power is never in doubt, but his mental sharpness, composure, and ring IQ are about to be stretched to their absolute limits against a calm, technically elite, and ice-cold opponent in Stevenson. With careers, reputations, and legacy on the line, the margin for error has never been thinner, and the consequences have never been heavier.
He has like a little mental lapses every once in a while. Look at the Kambosos fight. Like, that's a fight that people would never expect Kambosos to win, and he won a grueling match against him as well. So I don't know. I don't think he can get it done against Shakur when it comes to like, cause it's gonna be just a skill match. I don't think he's gonna try to rough.
Duke McKenzie pulls no punches and offers a cold, cutting verdict on Lopez, flatly stating he doesn't see him as world-class and dismissing him as not his cup of tea at all. While conceding that opinions in boxing are never unanimous, McKenzie openly casts doubt on whether Lopez can truly operate at the elite level with any real consistency. His comments slice straight through their hype, challenging the carefully built narrative around Lopez's reputation. Power and experience, he suggests, can only carry a fighter so far, and against genuinely polished, high-level opposition, those attributes may not be enough. It's a warning disguised as criticism. Fans watching are forced to question whether the excitement surrounding Lopez reflects proven skill or inflated perception. McKenzie's blunt, unapologetic stance injects even more tension into the looming clash, sharpening the stakes and turning the spotlight on whether Lopez can silence doubt or have it brutally confirmed under the lights.
I don't think he's world class. He's not really my cup of tea. I mean, I don't look at boxing probably the way you do or most sort of fans do. I look at it from a...
Keyshawn Davis injects a deeply personal and emotional layer into the narrative, revealing a long, intertwined history with Teofimo Lopez that stretches back to their amateur roots. They didn't just cross paths, they grew up in the same grind, winning tournaments, trading lessons, and sharpening their craft side by side while chasing the same dream. Now, years later, that shared journey collides on the professional stage with everything at stake. Pride, legacy, and unfinished business all bleed into this moment. Davis makes it clear this isn't a routine fight or a random pairing. It's decades of familiarity, quiet rivalry, mutual respect, and buried tension finally coming to the surface. They know each other's habits, strengths, and weaknesses in ways most opponents never will. That history adds weight to every exchange and pressure to every decision. This bout won't just test skill and conditioning, it will test heart, composure, and the ability to overcome someone who knows you almost too well. With nostalgia colliding with ambition, this fight carries an emotional charge that can't be manufactured, making it a must-watch clash that promises intensity, meaning, and consequences for boxing fans everywhere.
These dudes very well. Had talked about this shit before it was actually official, and I'm like, Core, you know this nigga can fight, right? Core like, nah, bro, I know, bro. You know what I'm saying? So like, we all excited about the fight, bro. Like, we all know it's at stake. Like, we've been knowing Teofimo since we was 12 or 13 years old and amateurs, bro. Like, we all been winning nationals together. Now we're pro having to fight each other, so.
The Teofimo Lopez vs. Shakur Stevenson showdown has morphed into one of the most volatile, high-stakes matchups the boxing world has seen in recent memory. What began as a calculated clash of elite talent has spiraled into chaos, fueled by sparring injuries, last-minute doubts, and unsettling insider revelations about preparation behind closed doors. Every new detail adds another layer of tension, pointing toward a fight that will brutally test heart, skill, resilience, and mental toughness under the brightest lights. Fans are restless, analysts are sharply divided, and the pressure bearing down on both fighters has reached suffocating levels. Lopez brings explosive power, big fight experience, and a proven ability to elevate when the stakes are highest, a dangerous combination when momentum swings. Stevenson answers with icy precision, unshakable composure, and an elite-level ring IQ designed to dismantle mistakes in real time. On fight night, nothing will be wasted. Every punch thrown will carry consequence, every adjustment could flip control, and every second will feel loaded with risk. One lapse could define legacies. Now it's your turn, boxing fans. Who survives this collision of styles and pressure? Will Lopez's aggression and firepower overwhelm the moment, or will Stevenson's slick movement and tactical mastery quietly take over and break him down? Drop your prediction below, hit that like button if the tension has you locked in, and don't forget to subscribe for full breakdowns, reactions, and aftermath once the final bell rings.